All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to ASAP in the morning. It is your boy Pride, joined by Dustin and Jonathan. Dustin, how you feeling today, my guy?
Very good, Pride. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm alive and breathing. Jonathan, how you living?
I'm feeling good, man. It's early here on the West Coast, but I'm an early bird, so I'm feeling great this morning. How are you doing?
I'm chilling.
How are you guys doing?
Chilling. You know the old saying, early bird gets the worm. We got a packed show for you guys, so let's get right into it. You could say that we're starting to hit, the meaty pause of the MLB season. In terms of the MVP odds and the NL, Paul Goldschmidt leads at a plus 95 over at the AL. Unfortunately, the worst player in all of baseball, Aaron Judge, leads that at a minus 110. Dustin, let me start with you. Are you going with the odds? Do you think Paul Goldschmidt is winning it for the NL and Aaron Judge for the AL, or are you going to bring up someone else like a Jordan Alvarez who's a plus 1,000 in the AL, or Mookie Betts or a Bryce Harper who's a plus 85?
I know this is going to upset you a little bit, but I think it's Aaron Judge's to lose, I think, right now in the AL. And 9 out of 10 times the MVP comes from the team that has the best record in each league. So as long as the Yankees keep playing the way they're playing, if the Yankees end up with the best record in the American League, is obviously going to give, I think, Judge the nudge over anybody else. And, I mean, look at the season he's had, though. He's having a great year. You can't take that away from him. And he's helping that Yankees team kind of put themselves in a position to possibly contend with the Seattle Mariners for the best record all time in Major League Baseball. And, I mean, that's very difficult to fathom, especially when you look at how baseball's played now, and the Yankees are doing it basically with starting pitching, which they've never had for a long time. They're doing it with their offense, and right now that team really doesn't have many holes, or at least if they do, they haven't shown them yet. So in terms of the American League, I do think that it is Aaron Judge's award to lose. As far as the National League goes, I think that one is going to be a lot more wide open than what most people expect. Like right now, Paul Goldschmidt is the favorite, but I think Pete Alonso can get into that conversation, especially if the Mets continue to play the way they're playing. You have to look at what Trey Turner's done with the Dodgers. Trey Turner's going to put himself in that conversation, and guys like Bryce Harper, had he not gotten hurt, he's always going to be in the running for that. Manny Machado is actually having a surprisingly good year, and he's going to put himself in the running for that. So I think the National League itself is more wide open than the American League at this point.
Jonathan, you agree?
Yeah, Aaron Judge is running away with the AL MVP. The Yankees have largely gotten off to a great start this season. Judge has been up to the task. He is just simply remarkable this season. I mean, in the past, we talked about him possibly being in this MVP conversation, but injuries kind of derailed his season, and now he finally looks healthy. He has been stellar for the Yankees. He's a huge reason why the Yankees have the record that they currently do, and you saw yesterday him hit the walk-off home run, the three-run blast that won it for the Yankees. So I mean, he's my top candidate right now in the American League, and I think, like Dustin said, this is his award to lose. When you look at the National League, though, I agree with Dustin as well. The National League is a bit more wide open. It's hard to really put your finger on one person. Pete Alonso is definitely, I think, going to be in the conversation. Manny Machado is having an awesome year. You got to put his name up there. But right now, Paul Goldschmidt is having a phenomenal year. It's really hard to find anyone who was hotter at the plate in May. This is a veteran first baseman hitting around 404. In 27 games that month of May, and he clobbered like 10 home runs in that month. So he's been huge for the St. Louis Cardinals. I like his name a lot. Manny Machado again. It's anyone's guess at this point, but it's going to be interesting to see who snatches the MVP honors this year in both leagues. Again, I think Aaron Judge, already pleads his case in the American League, but the National League, it's anybody's to win at this point.
I want to play a game with y'all real quick before we move on. So, because you both are saying that the NL is wide open, right? So let's focus on the NL. I'm going to give you guys some names, and I want you guys to tell me whether or not you think they have a legitimate chance right here, right now, like how we're talking about right now. Not no, oh well, we need to see how they go. No, like right here, right now, do they have a legitimate case to be MVP? So, Mookie Betts.
If he comes back healthy,
not this year.
Not this year.
Jonathan?
I mean, if he comes back healthy, but I mean, it's kind of hard to, climb back into the MVP race. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to consider him to be a candidate, but Dustin, like Dustin said, it's kind of a far reach for him now.
If it wasn't for Trey Turner on the Dodgers, I think Betts would have a better case to get himself in the MVP conversation.
Right. He'll have more of a legitimate case. That's true. That's true as well. But I don't know. It's just now he's out. He's missing a lot of time. So that hurts your chances as well.
So you both agree that it's a no.
Yeah.
Okay. Matter of fact, Dustin, let's throw your guy out there, Trey Turner. You think he has a legitimate case, or you just think he's another name in the pile?
I think he has a legitimate case, and like I said, you look at the history of Major League Baseball. Where does the MVP usually come from? It usually comes from the team that has the best record, and right now, outside of the Mets, the Dodgers have the best record in the National League, and right now, it is Paul Goldschmidt's award to lose because he has the best numbers out of the people in the MVP conversation. But if the New York Mets end up with the best record, Pete Alonso is going to get tons of conversations because he leads the National League in RBIs. If the Dodgers get up there and they end up with the best record in the National League, Trey Turner is going to get tons of conversation in that because Trey Turner has kind of transformed that Dodger offense. Trey Turner is kind of that player that the Dodgers have been lacking. Granted, the Dodgers really haven't lacked much on offense, but he's a different type of player that they've had in the years past.
Yeah, I agree. He's a table setter for this Dodgers lineup. He can get on base. He can do it all. He can run really well. He's aggressive on the base paths. And if he really gets going offensively, this could really help the Dodgers take off in the National League. So, yeah, I agree with Dustin there as well.
77-85. That's a bad record, right?
Depending on the team. Depending on expectations.
77-85 is a bad record, right?
It's a bad record overall, yes, but depending on the team and expectations. If you were to tell me that the Baltimore Orioles are going to finish 77-85, that would not be considered a bad record for the Baltimore Orioles because
is
their
it under 5? Is it
was under 500? Yeah, but when they're
So
expected to win 60 to 65 games, 77-85 is considered an improvement in a win.
And you're still in the same spot as you would be with only 60 wins.
Yes, I know you get a worse draft pick. You have a better chance of competing the next season.
So 77-85 is a bad record, right?
We
can agree on that. It is, but it's slightly if that team is expected to win that many games, then it's kind of overachieving in a sense.
Overachieving, not making the playoffs? What are we talking about?
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Look at it that way because the team has improved.
Pride, I understand what you're saying, Pride, but the Detroit Tigers are a prime example last year. The Tigers were supposed to be a team that lost 105 to 110 games last year, and they finished 74-88. And they were considered one of the surprise teams in the American League because nobody had the expectation that they would win more than 70 games. Now you look at this
They
year.
still ended with a bad record.
Now you look at this year, they're a big disappointment this year because everyone had the expectations that they were going to build off of that 74-win season this year and contend for a playoff spot.
Right.
I'm only curious because because Dustin, you said that usually the guy who has the best record, they usually end up
Usually, yeah.
right. But last year, does anyone know who the MVP was last year?
For what league?
Both.
Shohei got it for Los Angeles,
Mm-hmm.
which you had.
And what was their record again?
74-88,
which is a bad record, right?
Yeah, but
Yep,
you
didn't
had
even
to
make the playoffs.
You had to give it to Shohei last year because of what he did.
Right. It
There's some
okay.
anomalies.
All right. So what about Bryce Harper? Because he won it for the NL last year.
Phillies were at least a 500 team, and
But
without
they're not the best.
no, but without Bryce Harper in that lineup, the Phillies are 20 games under 500.
They're
With
80
him
and
in the
82
lineup, they
though.
were 20 games above 500.
But they're 80 and 82 though.
Yeah, but with Bryce Harper in that lineup, they were 20 games above 500. That kind of right there puts the MVP in his favor, saying that without you, the team was nothing. But when you were in the lineup, you were 20 games above 500.
It's interesting because I thought
baseball's a numbers
it's
game.
weird. That's weird. I don't know. I just thought you had to win over 100 games, and there's a few guys who.
If you look at MVPs the last 10 years in Major League Baseball, so out of the 20 MVPs, one in each league, 15 of the 20 MVPs have come from a team that's either made the playoffs or have had the best record. Yes, there are some cases where it hasn't, like back when Giancarlo Stanton won it with Miami. But when the guy's hitting 58 home runs and driving in 140, you really don't have an argument on it. Same thing when Mike Trout gets his MVP awards. Yes, the Angels aren't making the playoffs, but if you're hitting a 330 with 40 home runs, 100 RBIs, and 30 steals, you really can't take it from Mike Trout.
First, it was you gotta have the best record. Now you just gotta make the playoffs. Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. I don't give a shit anymore. As long as Aaron Judge doesn't win it, I don't care.
The thing with Aaron Judge this year, though, that impresses me the most, the guy's like a 277 career hitter, which isn't great. It isn't great, but it's not terrible. But he's hitting a 294 this year. And if the season were to end right now, this would be the highest average he's ever had in his career. He had 39.
Didn't last year he did a 2? It was like a 290 something.
287.
He finished with a 287.
287. He hit a 220 in September.
Dude, at one point he was like 299. And
he hit a 221 in September and just kind of went into like a tailspin the last month of the year, which had his average drop significantly.
From a 299 to a 287?
Yeah.
Don't be bad for a month in baseball, kids. That junk will mess you up.
Yeah, and last year he had 39 home runs. He's already at 28. He's got a chance to get close to that by the All-Star break. 56 RBIs this year, 98 RBIs last year. So by the end of July, outside of RBIs, Aaron Judge could pretty much have his numbers surpassed from last year. I don't know.
But is that really a surprise though?
I mean, it is.
Not really, because how many games did he miss last year?
Only 14. Played 148 games last year.
I'm thinking about Giancarlo Stanton, who was rolling out there with a wheelchair. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, and if you go back to 2017 was the only time that he put up better numbers. He had 52 homers and 114 RBIs in 2017, but that was also the only time that he's played more than 140 games. So when he plays at least 140 games, he puts up MVP numbers, and that's been his problem, is not being able to play 140 games. Now he played 140 games last year, started to get back to the level where people wanted him to be, and all of a sudden this year, he's back at that MVP level, and I think he finally is going to get it this year as long as he can stay healthy.
I don't know, man.
Keyword, healthy.
That's the thing. I ain't trusting that. It's the same reason why I'm not trusting Trout no more. It's the same exact reason why I can't trust Mike Trout anymore. Like, it's the same reason why I'm starting to fall off of Jacob deGrom. If you got to say in order for you to be this, you have – if you can stay healthy, nah, brother. Nah. Especially, how many years has he been playing? It hasn't even been 9 years yet.
Jacob deGrom?
No. Aaron Judge.
7?
It hasn't even been 9 years. 7 years, right?
7 or 8, yeah.
So if we're talking about a guy who's been in here for 7 years, what is he,
30.
30?
Just turned 30. Yep.
A 30-year-old that you got to hope and pray can stay healthy? Good luck.
I mean, that
Yankees are going to throw a max at him, and oh my
That's
God,
been
it's
his
going to be
career.
hilarious.
he's gonna get it. He's
It's
gonna
going to be
eventually get it.
hilarious. Whoever throws this man a max contract, that's going to be hilarious.
It's coming though, Pride. He's gonna
The
get
thing
it.
is with him though, what he has going for him, if you throw him a max contract, worst comes to worst, you just make him a DH. You keep him out of the field and you just keep his bat in the lineup to try to keep him as healthy as possible. Because you go to the National League or the American League, there's a DH.
Yeah, but that's not going to happen with the Yankees because they always got their DH under Stanton.
Yeah, they got.
I
got
agree.
way too many guys.
Yankees give him the DH. He's got to play the field. But let's just say somebody in the National League goes and gets Aaron Judge. You can put him in the DH spot and just basically pay him to be the next David Ortiz from the right side. Just pay him to hit. Don't put him in the field unless you have to have him in the field.
Nah, you got to have him on the field. That man could throw a bomb and center, left. It don't matter.
And that's the sad part about it. That like you kind of need him. You need him to be an everyday player, but the guy can't be an everyday player. That's really kind of the sad part about it.
Keep your fingers crossed if you're a Yankees fan, because this year he is showing that he can stay healthy. I mean, I know we're not halfway through the season yet, but it's looking more positive for Aaron Judge and Yankee fans this year.
Well, I do like how they're using him this year. They're, like Dustin said, normally in the beginning when he first came in, they were nonstop. He was on the field. He was always batting. He wouldn't get no rest. Compared to this year now, he's playing some games and then he gets at least 2-day rest, and then he comes back as like a DH, but not kind of like a DH. Like he'll be a DH halfway through the game, and then you'll see him go back on the field. So I like how Aaron Boone is using him, but you're correct. If we can keep doing that and keep him healthy, we're good.
Dog, it's funny how back then, a long time ago, we had him back when he was 26. We had him play a lot. What? Like, that's horrible. That's horrible. Good luck. Good luck to whoever pays this man that money. Good luck, bro.
I mean, but don't you expect that, Pride? If you get like a prospect like that who like can hit the ball and be good on the field, aren't you going to play him every day when he's young like that?
Right, but the way you're making it seem like, oh yeah, if we should have rested him back when he's 25, 26. That's
I'm not. That's not what I'm saying.
You see what I'm saying? Like Homeboy is looking crippled. He's like a step under Giancarlo Stanton, and my guy's 30. The guy's 30 and he's already mad injured. Like honestly, nobody should be giving this dude a max contract, because if you give him a max, as soon as he signs it, game one, he's gonna be out.
See, the problem that the Yankees have in that situation though is Giancarlo Stanton. Mm-hmm. Because any other team that would have Aaron Judge could use him in the field 5 days a week and then use him as a DH the other 2 days, basically just keep him as an everyday player. Yankees can't do that with Stanton because Stanton's your DH 7 days a week. Mm-hmm. If you're going to use Judge is going to be in the right field 7 days a week. So if he gets hurt in the field, you're pretty much screwed, versus you send him to any other team that doesn't have a DH or like a regular DH. You play Judge 3 days in the field. Day 4, you put him as a DH. You put him back in the field for 2 days, and then you put him back at DH. That way you still have him as an everyday player, but you're still resting his body enough where he's not in the field every single day.
Dog.
It's all about using him the proper way to protect him from potentially sustaining an injury.
But in order to protect him, what does that mean? You got to play him less. That's the sad part about it. You know who else is heading on that road? As much as I love this guy, Fernando Tatis Jr.
Yeah.
He's heading down that same road.
And it's really unfortunate because we talk about him being this one-of-a-kind superstar, this generational talent, yet he's having trouble staying on the field.
Right. And he's a talent. But again, if you can stay on the field, and I get it, it's a long season, right? But you give me 150, all right, cool, fine. You know what I mean? Because I understand sometimes it's not injury, sometimes there's rest days where they go, all right, look, Fernando, Aaron, Stanton, you guys aren't playing today. we're playing Baltimore. Who cares? Like, no one's watching the game anyway. So it literally won't matter. Go, just relax, right? But if it's to the point where, like, they have to duct tape you to send you out there because of how much in shambles you are, and then you're here talking about max contract, that's a special type of delusion. A special type of delusion.
Padres, man, with Tatis, they signed their life away already.
Yeah, and this is what I'm saying. That is how any team that gives Aaron Judge a max, that's exactly how you're gonna look. You're gonna be like,
the Padres,
there's really
the
not
Padres
much.
may
There's
have
not many
signed their
moves we
life
can
away.
make.
But if I'm the Padres, I'm also taking money away from Tatis for being an idiot and driving a motorcycle. You sign that kind of money, you don't put your career at jeopardy by riding a motorcycle and doing stupid shit with it.
T-Stone.
Yeah.
T-Stone. You give a kid who's never had money, and what is he gonna do?
Do something stupid.
Exactly. That's how. That's how. That's just how it is. Like, every time you give them money, they gonna do something stupid, and that is honestly what I've been saying. Like, in the league, like, when you first go in, they need to have something that shows them proper management of money, because a lot of these kids are poor, come from nothing, and all of a sudden they get a lot of money. They're gonna do dumb shit, which is why you need to have something in place where you, at the bare minimum, you could say, you know what, we tried. If they made the mistake, that's on them. But we want to try to lessen it. So look, here's listen, you guys are gonna get paid a lot of money, and it's money you guys have, maybe you guys have never seen before. Maybe, we're not gonna judge, but every single person should go through like a couple hours where they go through like a money management course, right, to properly handle your finances, and that's it. So that way, there's less of a chance you go out and do stupid stuff like that. Now, obviously, you can't control them. So if they end up doing stupid stuff, they end up doing stupid stuff. But at least you're lowering the percentage of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not 100%, but at least you're lowering it. So that way you could be like, look, you guys are going to stumble. You're going to have a lot of money. You guys might do something dumb. Here's a list of don'ts. This is what you don't want to do. Okay? You guys are young. All right? This is what you don't want to do. And as time gets on, and you start having more experience in life and whatnot, and you start seeing all the stuff other people are doing, you'll now know, okay, this is another thing I can't do. Or, I'm ready to handle this, right? Like, I'm just saying, bro, I'm not giving Aaron Judge no max contract. I'm not giving him a max contract. I'm not. And like I said, it's the same thing as Fernando Tatis Jr. I'm not going to give you a max. I'm not going to strap myself down to you if you can't even hold it down for yourself.
And it does help when you have like a father or somebody that's played in baseball before you, that can show you how to like invest your money. Because when Vladimir Guerrero Jr. signed with the Blue Jays, he signed at 16 years old for $3.9 million. He put $2.9 million in the bank, used $500,000 to move from the Dominican Republic to the United States, and then used the other $500,000 to buy a house, buy a car, and basically the necessary means that he needed to get to and from the ballpark.
And because and that's the thing, like, you had a father who, and this is the most important part, who played baseball, who went through that, who already made the mistakes and learned from it, and he basically was like, all right, look at this is where I went wrong. This is how you should do it. So that way you got money and you're good. You're not doing stupid stuff. You can enjoy yourself, but at the same time, you're not endangering yourself, your body, or your reputation.
Right.
And that is a very special thing. Like, again, not even just, for a guy to have his father, a father who already played in the MLB.
And have played at a Hall of Fame level. And played at a Hall of Fame level.
An all-time great.
Because the thing with Fernando Tatis Jr. and his dad, his dad
was a solid guy. He was solid.
His dad was in the Major League Baseball for 14 years. Yeah. But the thing is, in 4 seasons, Fernando Tatis Jr. has made more than his dad made in 14 years.
No.
So even if his dad says, "Oh, I made $14 million over my 14 years in baseball," Well, I made $29 million just last year, so I just doubled what you made in your entire career in 1 year. So you really can't tell me how to invest my money because I've doubled what you made your entire career in 1 year.
True. And it honestly, it's just very interesting. All I'm saying, man, is if a guy can't play, same thing with Giancarlo Stanton. I'm not gonna pay him, a lot of money. It's my fear when we got Trevor Story. My fear is we paid him all this money and he has a reputation of constantly getting injured. So every single time I see him dive for a ball or make a leaping catch, I get scared. Every time I see him throw the ball, I think his shoulder popped out of place. Every time I see him swing the bat, I think he broke his back. Every single time he tries to leg it out to home or to first base, I think he pulled a hammy. I get scared every single time Trevor Story does anything baseball related.
I get scared every time Anthony Davis comes down with the basketball or awkwardly. So I know you're feeling.
Are you really that worried about that, Pride?
Yes.
Then you need to call Tony La Russa and basically have him manage the Red Sox because of what he told the White Sox the other day.
What does Clown tell him? What did he say?
Because the White Sox are so injured right now.
Yes.
Like they're literally losing players left and right. He basically told guys like Luis Robert, Tim Anderson, Jose Abreu, and like some of their stars that if you hit a ball and you think it's going to be an out, don't run 100% down to first base.
He's a weirdo. This dude's a weirdo.
Basically, he's telling him that we know that you're dealing with nagging injuries right now. We can't afford you to run 100% and pull something, so just pull up a little bit and let the out happen.
And then right his part
on the first base line.
And if they did that on their own, he bitches about it. If they do that, let's say they do that, right? Let's say they just do that and then they get out. La Russa's bitching. Why is he back? Like why? Why are you here? No one likes you. No one likes you. No one cares. Go home and just don't come out.
Go home and drink another beer.
I don't wish nothing bad upon him. I'm not saying drink a beer and drive and get to an accident. I'm not saying nothing like that. But just go home and don't come out. Leave us alone. Be a turtle in a shell. DoorDash delivers groceries now, so you got that. Okay. So does Uber. Okay. You got delivery. All right. So unless you live in the middle of nowhere, USA, you can have people bring you stuff. Okay. You probably still got assistants. So you can have them do it. Just go home and don't come out. If they ask you anything baseball related, just say you never done baseball ever in your life. That's it. That's it. Bro, I don't know why he's here. I don't know why he's here.
He won't be around much longer. The fans are already calling for his job in Chicago.
But Jonathan, that doesn't matter. And you want to know why it doesn't matter, Jonathan? I'm going to tell you why that doesn't matter. In this specific instance, the second he was signed, the fans were calling for him to get fired. The second he was signed, the player, Tim Anderson was like, I don't know. That's above my pay grade. When is the last time we've seen the star of a team, when a new guy gets hired, they talk about, I don't know about that one, Skip, but shoot, that's above my pay grade. When's the last time we actually seen that?
Kevin Durant, Brooklyn Nets, Steve Nash.
Thank you. And how did that end up?
They don't need a coach.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Brooklyn is a mess. Brooklyn is a mess.
Looks like the White Sox are too now.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of it, yes, I understand. A lot of it has to do with the injuries. But there also has been a chemistry problem with that team ever since La Russa came in. And the nail in the coffin was when he was bitching at the ghost for swinging on 3-0. 3-0 is when you have the green. I don't care what the score is. 3-0, you swing.
Facts. Facts.
You swing. I don't care what the score is. And you know the type of person I am? Listen, this is how corny I am. Hey, hold on. There's a no-hitter going on. You see the shift? Bunt it. That's how corny I am. Stop playing with me. That's right. I'm breaking up no-hitters when I'm down 5-0 in the bottom of the ninth. Let's get it. That's it, bro. Or top of the ninth. I'm out here bunting for that, bro. That's how petty I am. All these stupid unwritten rules, it's dumb. It's dumb. This is just me. Unwritten rules are an excuse for people to show off that they're a sore loser. That's all it is. If you go by the unwritten rules, you're a sore loser. You're a sore loser. That's all it is. If my team somehow in baseball we're losing by 11 runs, we better lose by 13 by the end of the game because we deserve it. We deserve it. We deserve it. It's the same thing in basketball when you see guys down by 20 and all of a sudden they want to start pushing each other. Just for that, I hope we lose by 25. Tommy La Russa is a sore loser. He's old. And he's butthurt because none of the players respect him. None of the fans respect him. And he's offended by that. So now he's trying to fight to take back their respect. Homie, unfortunately for you, your respect is back home. Go home and look for it. Go home and look for it. When you find it, you call us, and then we'll let you know the next steps. I hate this guy. Hate him. Like, yeah, congratulations. You like, bro, like everyone's like, oh my God, look what we did with the Cardinals. Homie, this is a whole nother state. What are we talking about? Why we still like giving the Guac 3000 for what he did with St. Louis? That's cute and all. Bro, look where we are now. Look where we are now. Like,
it's a disaster in Chicago. And a lot of people questioning that hiring.
Yeah.
You know, when he first got the job, you know, they said, well, you know, for one, he was too old, you know, that he wouldn't pan out in Chicago. And now you're seeing it.
Yeah. And again, it's just a thing where it's like he's out of touch. He's really out of touch, and it's bad. It's really bad. Where like if he's and it's weird because a lot of times if he sees his players having fun, he starts bitching at them, and I'm like, hold on, I'm like, just for that, I'm
gonna do what you told me not to do.
Yeah, it's like just for that, I'm spiting you. Wait, you don't want me to laugh? Ha 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 ha, and I'm looking dead in your face.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they're grown men and they're entitled to celebrate if they want to celebrate. I mean, what's wrong with celebrating? That's part of the game, right? You want to see the excitement. That's one thing that helps baseball, I think, is seeing the players, you know, and their reactions to a home run or to a stolen base or whatever it may be.
And here's the thing. And as much as some people don't really like this guy, right? But Bryce Harper, when he had his entire beef with Hunter Strickland, way long ago, back when Hunter Strickland was with the
Giants.
Was with the Giants, like way long ago. He said something very telling. He was like, look, as a batter, if I hit something, I should be able to show emotion the same way that if a pitcher strikes a guy out, he should get excited. Because that brings excitement to the game. And he's right. Mm-hmm. Another guy who said it might not be popular bringing his name up right now, but there's another guy who said it. Trevor Bauer. People don't like him. Before he turned to Christian Grey and put the smack down on that woman's candy ass, like, he was saying the same thing, and they're right. They're right. If I hit a home run, I'm doing cartwheels. You don't want me to do cartwheels? Strike me out. Make me ground out. Make me fly out. Or limit me to a single. And same thing with the pitcher. If I throw a curveball with the break that has the break of Clayton Kershaw, you damn Skippy, I'm gonna be screaming. I'm gonna pop a blood vessel in my neck. That's how loud I'm gonna be screaming. I'm gonna be excited. I'm gonna jump. I'm a fist pump. I don't care that it's the third inning. It was the first out, and I'm down by 5. I don't give a flying fadoodle stick. Let's check him out. Give me something. Let me have some fun. But nah, we can't have, because it's baseball. We're not allowed to have fun. We're not allowed to have fun. But you know,
I had fun yesterday.
What'd you have fun doing?
The MVP walk-off home run.
Oh, that mid-ass game, bro.
Yeah.
That game was so
He's
mid.
such a mid as everybody's talking about him.
I said first of all, I said the game that's one. Two, this is the
That was
first
a
time
good
we've
game.
spoken about him all year. So that's a swing and a miss, just like your boy
Stop.
does.
And Katie had a no hitter going.
What no hitter?
Look at Javier Baez. So inspirational.
Who's that?
He's more relevant than your piece of shit franchise.
No, he's not.
Nope.
Swear to God, he is.
He's only relevant for what? Saying something to the fans last year. That's only why. Oh.
Negatory, buddy. Negatory. He's better than any player you've ever had in your franchise. Ever.
Yeah. Doubt that.
Ever.
Doubt
ever.
that.
See,
Doubt
you doubt it.
that.
I know it. That's the difference. You think I know. Okay. You
don't know shit.
pontificate. I exclaim, son. Educate
You don't know
yourself.
shit.
Educate yourself. But Javier Baez made a nice play. That was a dope play. I don't know if you guys seen it. It's the one where it kind of bounced off him and he kind of grabbed it and like he was going to second, so he kind of got a nice little tag on him. Does that erase the fact that he's batting under 250? Does that erase the fact? I don't know.
I mean, you can still be incredible with your glove, but you couldn't.
Javier Baez is who Javier Baez is. Plain and simple. He's going to be a 250 hitter. Maybe get a 260 out of him. He's going to give you 30. He's going to give you 30 homers. He's going to give you 90 plus RBIs. He's going to give you Gold Glove plays on defense. He's going to do stupid crap on the bases that ends up working out in his favor because he knows how to slide and make himself disappear and reappear.
Oh God!
But he's going to walk 35 times and strike out 250 times. That's just who he is. That's who he's always been, and he's not going to change.
God, stats man, I love you so much.
289, 273, 273, 290, 281, like 299. Like what the hell? What are you talking about?
What is his career average?
Fuck off! All right, I'm not talking about that. Okay?
He had one year where he hit above a 280. Like, let's see here. He's a 261 career hitter. He hit a 169 in 2014. 2015, he hit a 289, but that was in 28 games in 80 total plate appearances. 80 plate appearances.
So it doesn't count. So then it doesn't count.
No, that counts.
So it doesn't count.
Then he hits a 273, 273, 290. But then let's go to the last 4 years, 2019 or 2020, 203. Last year he ends up hitting a 248 and then a 217 this year.
You're just a hater.
I'm a Cubs fan.
You're butthurt that he just said fuck this franchise.
No, I'm not butthurt because I knew they weren't going to bring him back. If they didn't bring Rizzo back, they weren't going to bring Baez back. He was the one player that I wanted them to bring back. But he is who he is.
Literally, like your franchise is so dumb and so pathetic. You guys traded the only three people who made you guys worth watching. Almost as dumb as Boston traded Mookie Betts.
You know what?
Almost as dumb.
Chris Bryant.
The only saving grace is the fact that we still had Xander Bogaerts. So we're all right. All right. We traded one of our core, so we're dumb as shit, right?
Chris Bryant, I'm
you
happy
guys
that's
traded
gone.
three.
They traded Mookie right after they won the World Series, right?
Which got me even so like that is the equivalent of cutting me, putting me in sand, it getting infected, and then not even taking me to the hospital.
Thanks.
And then just like then when I get to the hospital, they just knock it down and it's out of commission. Like I was like, pero pourquoi? Like I need an explanation, yo. I need a real life explanation. We just won the like, bro. We were at the top. Like, why are we letting him walk? What are we doing, bro? And this shit, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of what Atlanta did. They just won the World Series. I was like, yo, Freddie Freeman, get out of here, you piece of shit. And it's like, yo, what about everything he's done for you? Nah, bro. Let's trade for Matt Olson from under him, bro. As soon as Matt Olson gets in, they pass each other in the airport. Boom, get him out of here. Like imagine, bro. Imagine winning the World Series and trading your best player.
Well, the reason why I'm okay with it though, apart from Anthony Rizzo, if you look at what Javier Baez was offered with the Cubs, if you look at what Chris Bryant was offered with the Cubs, they never saw another offer as good as what the Cubs gave them. They declined what the Cubs gave them, and they had to take less money. Baez signed for $40 million less than what the Cubs offered him. Chris Bryant signed for $35 million less than what the Cubs offered him when they offered him the contract. The Cubs did what they could to keep them there, and then when they said, no, we're not going to take your offer, what's the point? The Cubs knew they were entering a situation where they were going to have to retool or rebuild at one point, so why stick all this money into these three people if you're not going to be competitive for 3 years. They had a chance to sign these extensions and remain in Chicago, and they chose not to.
Because you're a poverty franchise. By the way, John Wall
Easy.
is expected to either be traded or released before the start of free agency. So let's see if
I heard. Oh, you said John Wall.
John Wall, yeah, John Wall.
I heard about Bradley Beal that he might opt out. He's gonna opt out. But then
no, we don't
re-sign
talk
him
about
max.
that.
He's going to opt out and then sign a new extension with Washington. Like, why the hell?
Matter of fact, let's get into it because on this day,
I don't feel bad for him anymore. I don't.
Thank you. Honestly, I from now on, I officially look at him the same way I look at Damian Lillard. I can't scream free you anymore. When you want to be, you still want to be there. Okay, you're gonna back out and you're gonna spend 5 years. 5 years, Frankie. That is the equivalent of me, meeting a girl, right? She's controlling. She tells me everything I need to do. I can't breathe and it's wrong. I can't be myself. And then she goes and cheats on me. And then, Frankie, what do? I propose. I'm going to say that one more time.
Mm-hmm.
Shorty toxic. Let me wife her. Why not? And by the way, don't tell me, oh, yeah, the Wizards have a good team with no chemistry. It's a piece of shit team. The team is horrible. You have a bad team. You have a bad team. Didn't they shut down Bradley Beal last year? And what happened?
They shut down Bradley Beal when they were actually in the playoff consideration, too.
Thank you. They shut him down when they were in playoff consideration. And what happened?
And down the crapper.
Kyle Kuzma don't know how to shoot. Well, he never knew how to shoot. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope was playing like he had freaking cuffs and he was in L.A. This man was virtually a no-show. Okay? Roy Himarachu or something like that.
Yeah, dude from Gonzaga, right?
I think he's from Gonzaga. Yeah, him.
Yeah.
That dude. All right? Like,
yeah, well, it was supposed to be a promising year for Washington. So we thought, but we were wrong. Most of us anyway.
But listen, I had absolutely positively no faith whatsoever in this team at all. Back when they were like in the beginning of the year when they were like the 1 seed for like what was it, a couple weeks.
I had as much faith in Washington making the playoffs as I did in the Falcons holding a 28-3 lead.
No, honestly, for me, it was even worse. It was even worse. It was honestly even worse. Like, honestly, like this team is. Let me read off just some of the roster, just some. Kyle Kuzma, piece of shit. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, piece of shit. Thomas Bryant, piece of shit. Bradley Beal, dummy. But also now we gotta call him that piece of shit. Ish Smith, piece of shit.
Kristaps Porzingis.
Porzingis, piece of shit. They didn't even get to play with him.
And I seen a mock draft that the Lakers could trade for him.
Bro,
ridiculous.
So many teams could have gotten Bradley Beal. So many teams that could have actually respected him.
No, I'm talking about
About who?
There was a mock trade for the Lakers to trade for Porzingis.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that could have worked out.
Oh.
I think it could have.
We're worried about Anthony Davis staying healthy. What the heck is they? Never mind.
Yeah.
But, Porzingis lately. Porzingis hasn't really had an injury issue.
That's equivalent to Laker fans saying, "Let's get John Wall," when he's a similar player to Russell Westbrook.
He's just better though. He's better though.
He can't stay healthy either, and I don't know.
Right, but if Russ wasn't healthy, maybe he could have won a few extra games.
I'm tired of the Lakers going after all these damn veteran superstars. Get younger, get fresh legs.
But the problem is, if you do that, that means you're rebuilding.
And that's the thing with the Lakers. Have the Lakers ever really gone in that direction?
No. Here's what it is with Laker fans. Laker fans are dumb. That's it. They're just dumb.
Yeah, they are. They are.
I want the best of both worlds,
I can say that.
Y'all want the best of both worlds, and y'all can't get it.
No,
Either
it's
y'all
not
go
that.
younger and rebuild,
It's
or
not that.
you panic and try to get the establishment. You got to pick one or the other. You can't just be like, yeah, let's get younger. Oh,
No,
but in order
pride,
to get younger,
pride,
you gotta
pride.
change. No, y'all
I've
make
been
it
saying it
hard.
for a long time. The Lakers need to get younger. But see, Laker fans don't want to hear me out because this fan base out here is so damn impatient. They want to win every single year. And sometimes you have to be patient if you want something to work. You know, and you know, great things happen to those who wait. But Laker fans can never wait because they always want this team to be in contention year after year after year instead of trusting in the rebuild. I'm one of those that say, hey, let's rebuild the team. I mean, we waited this long. What does it hurt to wait a little bit longer? But the Lakers want to pursue everyone that's on the market. They want to go after these older superstars that's close to the end of their career, and it gets frustrating. It gets very frustrating as a Laker fan. And as a person that's around the team.
They dumb as hell. That's dumb as hell, bro.
They're delusional.
I don't know what
They're
it is,
delusional. They think they get somebody and they think they're going to win the championship.
I'm just saying, man. Like they gotta make their minds up because, like I said, bro, for now, in order for y'all to get younger, that means y'all gonna have to get rid of a lot of talent. But the problem is, the younger talent that you're gonna get is probably gonna have to come from the draft. That's really it.
I mean, if you look at how the Warriors did it, they built through the draft.
Exactly. Like what most teams do, they build through the draft, they get a core, and then they go get somebody.
Right.
Like if you want to get like a established star, they'll get a core, they'll build a young core, and then they go get an older veteran to come in and then either be a leader or whatever the case may be. Right. For example, the Phoenix Suns. They had a core, and then they brought in Chris Paul. Okay? Same thing with LeBron. When LeBron went to LA, they had a core and brought Bron in. Then they realized this core's dog shit, and we got to move on.
Right. Unlike the Lakers, they have to handpick everybody, and that's going to win them a championship.
It's hilarious, bro.
It's not the winning formula. It's not. But they haven't learned yet. And I bet you this offseason they're going to do some more stupid stuff that will have me sitting here scratching my head, saying to myself, why the hell did you just do that? I know they're going to do something that's very dumb, and that's just going to continue to set back the organization. I hope Freddie is listening right now, by the way.
I'm just saying at this point, man, like, I'm not even trying to be rude. I'm not even trying to be mean. Like,
you're laying out the facts about this.
It's reality. Either you're going to have to deal with an older roster, an older established roster, to attempt to contend, or
which you just did.
Which is what you just did. So unless you want to try to retry again, good luck. I mean, you still got Russ on your roster, and with Russell Westbrook on your roster, you're not winning. So
right, and the Lakers are limited on what they can do because he's still on the books.
Right, and then on top of that, you also got to figure out what you want to do with LeBron, right? Because you're again, Bron is like, look, man, as soon as my son gets drafted, I'm out. I don't care. Yeah, he's like, I'm out.
Telling people.
Yep. Now he's like, I'm chilling. And now it leaves you to be like, do we really want to build around Anthony Davis?
I mean, I felt that way a few years ago, but now that I'm seeing that he can't stay healthy for a full season, I'm not.
Might as well trade him, right?
Anymore.
You might as well trade him, right?
Might as well.
But here's the thing. If you trade him, you might as well trade LeBron too, and now you're stuck with Russ. You're stuck with Russ for 1 year. Then after that, he could walk, and now what are you with? Nothing. Which means get ahead of the game and just rebuild. Just get ahead of the game and rebuild. Just trade Bron. Trade Bron for something, right? Just trade him. Same thing with AD. And then after that, whatever you want to do with Russ, do whatever you want with Russ. Shoot, keep Russ because he gives you L's. Russ gives you losses, and that's what you want so you can get a higher seed. So keep Russ. Keep him. Keep him. Since y'all don't care, bench him. It don't matter if y'all got bad chemistry. Because if it's bad chemistry and he had, that means he's going to leave. Y'all want him to leave anyway. Bad chemistry equals L's. Let's L it up. Try to go 0 for 82.
Nope.
Bro, that'd be fire. History. 0-82. What up?
Bro, think about it. Because once you do that, you can either do that or you can try to get a better core. Well, now it won't be a core. It'll be like a 1-2 punch. But if you think you can get something better, but either Lakers fans are gonna have to they're gonna have to accept the fact that they gotta double down with the entire plan they got now, which is we gotta stick with this formula of getting the old veteran guys to end up going, or we're gonna have to just rebuild. LeBron says he's leaving, but we all know athletes don't mean. But
It's
again,
gonna be very hard to crawl out of that hole of mediocrity. It's gonna be very hard because I feel like when the Lakers try to climb out of that hole of mediocrity, they fall right back into that hole.
Because the Lakers organization is dumb because they listen to their dumb fans who can't even spell basketball. That's why.
The front office. There's too many voices in the front office, and we talked about this over and over again. Jeannie Buss is listening to people. She needs to, take control of her franchise. And I've been saying that over and over and over again. There's just too many voices in her ear.
No, honestly, you want to know the truth? You want to know the God honest truth? She doesn't need to take control of the franchise. She needs to get out.
Well, she's nothing like her dad, that's for sure.
I'm doing a full blown redesign, rebuild, reclaim. Call me Seth freaking Rollins, because ownership is leaving, GM is leaving, everyone is leaving at this point.
Jeannie Buss ain't going. She won't sell. She won't sell.
Whoa. Who said anything about her? Who said anything about her cooperating?
So you just want her to be like owner, but don't take full hands on anything?
That's it. Just shut up and go to your corner. Just shut up, go to your corner. Let's be honest here. Let's be 100% honest. How long has she been in control of that team?
Too long.
Yeah, Frankie, look at the Yankees, for example. Who owns the Yankees?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
And who makes the shots? Brian Cashman's the one that makes the shots, not the Yankees owner.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. That's what they need.
They need an established GM. They don't have that though.
No. An established GM is not enough. That's not even enough.
They need an established GM. They need like somebody that's the middleman. Like you have Jeannie Buss, who's the owner. Then they need to have a president.
Nope, not even that. You need an established GM who's got cojones to go up to Jeannie and say, Jeannie, shut up. How long have you been with this team? And for over 70% of the time that you've been running this team has been trash. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
This team has been trash for a long time with her. And she's been writing the name of her late great father and using that as an excuse to be like, oh, well, I'm a bus. Don't matter. I don't care if you're a bus. I don't care if you're a car, a truck. I don't care if you're a digger. I don't care what you are. You're messing up.
Facts.
And you're messing up bad. So you need someone to go up to her and say, Jeannie, you're messing up bad. You're not touching this team anymore. You could be an owner, go in the corner, just go over there, just stay over there. But we need someone who actually understands basketball, not a fan who's desperately trying to be like her father to gain the acceptance of the fans. You don't earn respect from your Laker fans by chasing to try to be like your father. You do it by winning championships. And for over 70% of the time that you've been in control, this team has been a laughing stock. During your tenure with the team, outside of 2020, the Clippers have had more team success than you, man. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. The Clippers had more team success than you.
That's hard to believe.
That's what I'm saying. It's hard to actually say that. But when you listen to all these things and understand all this happened under Jeannie, at some point you're gonna have to look at her and say, "Yo, Jeannie, look, if you want to be an owner, that's fine. But you're gonna be, y'all ever heard of Transformers? Robots in disguise? We're gonna transform to an owner in disguise because we're gonna put her off in a sandbox by herself, all the on the other side of the playground, and the only kid she's playing is with the kid that picks his nose. That's it. That's the only kid she's allowed to play with. That's the only kid she's allowed to talk with. Outside of that, you are quarantined. Shorty got COVID for life. Okay? She is nowhere near allowed anybody. We're gonna keep her over there. And now we're gonna have to trade everyone and do a proper, legitimate rebuild. Not a rebuild that's like, okay, we got all this young talent. Okay, now talent. Evolve. Like, no, you actually got to develop these guys. Like, isn't it funny that every year Jordan Clarkson looked the exact same? Brendan Ingram looked the exact same. Kyle Kuzma somehow looked worse. Lonzo Ball somehow looked worse. And magically, Kyle Kuzma's a piece of shit, so he's garbage. There's no hope for him. But magically, Jordan Clarkson leaves. All of a sudden, he's a phenomenal sixth man of the year.
Lonzo Ball leaves and all of a sudden knows how to shoot a triple.
Not only shoot a triple, like after he left the Pelicans, was one of, if not the most highly sought out free agent last year.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that weird? Isn't it weird that all of a sudden Brandon Ingram, the potential that everyone saw in him, not only is he realizing it,
he's exceeded
exceeding it, and all of a sudden in 3 years, people are like, damn, he might be a superstar if he keeps going down this road. Isn't it weird that under Jeannie, you couldn't develop them? Under Jeannie, you couldn't tell Lonzo to shoot right. Under Jeannie, you couldn't tell Brandon Ingram to be more aggressive. Under Jeannie, you couldn't have had Josh Hart hustle a little more. Because I don't know about y'all. After Josh Hart left LA, he's running on unlimited energy. Call that man Keith Lee because his reserve is limitless. It's insane how much this kid just be running to run some more, only to run, to fall down, to get up and run, and then sit on the bench only because someone else got to get checked in.
He's also running from team to team.
Shoot, 100%. He's a runner. He's a track star.
He's got to get his mileage in.
Yeah, rumor has it he doesn't even get plane tickets. He just runs. True story. He's a cross country runner. Joe says there are owners, there are rich owners. She's just an owner. If a brand takes a ding, it hurts more. I mean, yeah, but at the same time, sure, but what reputation does she have? Let's be honest. If anyone is really ready for this conversation, what reputation does she have? That's her own. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. The only repetition, the only rep she has is Dr. Bus was my dad. That's the only reputation she has. The reputation she's been writing. The man's dead. Let him rest. Build your own reputation. Be your own self. It's okay for you to build your own road and then, occasionally look back and go, yep, that was my pops and I'm proud of him. It's okay to do that. You've been trying so hard to be him and you're not him. You don't have his mind for the game. You don't have his personality skills. You don't have at times, his ruthless cutthroat style. You don't have any of that. You don't. You tried to do it. And look where it left you. Over 70% of your tenure, you guys were horrible. Horrible. Think about it. They were doing trust the process and not admitting it. And right here, the sad part about it, there was never no process.
Right.
There was never no plan. There was never, all right, we got to do this, we got to do that. There was nothing. Jeannie got to go to the corner, accept the rebuild, hire a GM that's been a part of a rebuild. That's what I would do. Hire a GM or a coach that's been a part of a proper rebuild.
I'm still upset that Rob Pelinka's GM. Like, we understand why he's the GM because he was Kobe Bryant agent and stuff. But I feel like once Kobe was gone, not from this world, but from the NBA, like Rob Pelinka should have been gone as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand why you say that. I don't blame it on Rob. I'll be honest. I don't think Rob Pelinka has ever had a legitimate opinion. And I don't mean by he's just like I think now he just nods his head. I think originally he tried to make moves, but Genie would always end up going to other people and then go, no. And then Rob was like, hold on now. I was told I'd have my opinions. And don't forget about the whole thing with Magic. Magic is another guy that she promised power. And when that didn't happen, he was like, I'm out. Remember how he quit?
Yep.
He just walked. He was like, come, gather around. Come hither. A proclamation I do declare. I quit. Huh? Like, sure?
Out of nowhere before the final game of the regular season against Portland.
Yep. And he just called everyone around, just like, I quit. That's it, sure. That just, I quit. You know? And like I said, like, what up, Rob?
What up, Rob?
You know, and my thing is, look, I understand, you know, like I just think as time went on, I think Rob Pelinka just doesn't care anymore. I think he's just like, you know what, do whatever y'all want. And then he's just chilling. And like I said, me personally, I think if you're going to do a full-blown rebuild, which is what the Lakers are going to be anyway, because you guys are not winning a championship anytime soon, right? Because you guys are in this weird limbo state where by the time you guys start building a proper roster, LeBron won't be there. Anthony Davis will retire due to injury. And Russ will just be, you know, turning the ball over, probably in China, right? So if I'm you guys, I sequester Jeannie Buss to her own corner. You go there, you stay there. You don't come out unless we ask for you. You just basically fire Rob Pelinka, hire guys like a Mark Jackson in the GM position, or something like that. Guys who have been part of a rebuild, understand how the rebuild truly works and has an eye for young talent, and then just try to build from there.
Probably, can we get Brad Stevens?
I'll kill you.
Come on, let's get him in our office.
I couldn't have said it any better.
For who?
It don't matter for who. I just want him in our office.
Should I?
You want B-Rad?
You shut your mouth, Rob.
B-Rad.
No. I'll make you a deal. You want Brad Stevens?
Frankie, why don't you take Steve Kerr from the Warriors and put him back in the front office?
I would put Steve Kerr as a GM, honestly.
Hey, he was a great GM in Phoenix.
But okay, hold on. But here's my
too bad we can't get Myers.
Here's my thing. Right? And I just want to make sure.
Jones is doing good with Phoenix.
Yeah,
He'll be good with LA.
Jones.
Frankie, come back over here because you want.
Yo, bro. All right, bet. Who do you want for Brad Stevens?
He knows how to evaluate talent.
You give me. Who do I like on your team?
LeBron.
Outside of LeBron,
nobody.
Your team is trash.
Take THT.
Smoking.
For Brad Stevens, it's not worth
smoking. It. No. Nope. You give us LeBron.
It must be in the coffee.
Hold on. Don't y'all got a first round draft pick in like 2055? We'll take that too.
No, we got a first round draft pick next year.
Oh, next year? Swing that over here. Give us
y'all do.
Give us the. I don't know how. No, I wasn't there a trade that y'all pulled off that gave that to y'all? Really, y'all didn't have it.
We didn't have it, but now we do.
Right, this is what you guys just got in the draft.
So listen,
this why Freddie was so happy.
Yeah, matter of fact,
okay.
Here's what I'm trying to do. Give us LeBron. Give us that pick.
No,
I want you to gut your roster to get Damian Lillard and then send him over here too. And then, hold on, and then we could perhaps have a conversation of you maybe getting a phone call with the great Brad Stevens.
Hey.
Actually, probably that's who y'all missing. A guard like Damian Lillard.
Speaking
No,
of Damian
nope,
Lillard,
not like Damian Lillard.
Speaking of Damian Lillard, you see, he reaching for KD.
Fuck Dame, man.
He reaching for. Hey, I ain't gonna lie though. I don't like
reaching
KD. You
listen,
put him over there with Jeremy Grant. That'll be a nice little.
Listen,
2.5.
Oh my God,
Rob,
2.5, 3.
Rob,
real quick.
you can't say you don't like KD and then say something like that. Once you don't like KD, it's over with.
I don't like KD. I don't deny he's not a great player, bro. There's two different things, bro.
Okay, KD is a great. Hey, KD is a great player. You cannot disrespect his scoring.
You can't disrespect the skill. I just don't like him. I didn't say I
disrespect everything about him.
Frankie,
I disrespect his culture. I disrespect his birth. I disrespect everything.
You act like I just said I want Portland to win. All I said was that'll be a nice 2.5.
Rob, because you said that Dame is reaching for KD, right?
He reaching for him.
I'm reaching for my dad. He's still not here, so you can reach all you want. It's out of sight, out of mind. That's all.
You got issues, man. Who breeds you?
So much. I got so many issues, brother. I got so many issues. My brain is like a concoction of toxicity, brother. But look, Dame is a mess, bro. He a dummy. He's not getting KD, and then when he's stuck with him and Jeremy Grant as his number 2, he's gonna be like suicide. Like,
I feel sorry for my man, boy. Loyalty gets you nowhere nowadays.
I don't feel bad for him at
all. Loyalty gets you nowhere.
I don't feel bad for him at all. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't feel bad for him at all. That's just me. I don't care.
If I'm not even trying to, he should try to leave. Like Dame should go play with like.
He should have been left. He should have, but the fact that he still wants.
He should have went to Miami. I mean, not Miami, Philly. I would have liked him and Joel Embiid together.
He should have went to Memphis.
Nah, Ja don't need Dame.
You know what? He should have gone anywhere but Portland.
Ja don't need Dame. I think if you
Dame
Ja's the dominant guard on there.
Damian Lillard should have went to the Knicks.
To the Knicks?
He said to the Knicks. You want his career ruined.
All right,
no. Because if that would have happened, they would have had to send Kyrie, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And Dame
and Kyrie playing together?
No, you're not listening. Send Damian Lillard to Brooklyn. In exchange.
Oh, you say to Brooklyn. I thought you said the Knicks. My bad.
Oh, I thought he said the Knicks too.
I thought you said Knicks.
No, I said Brooklyn.
He said Brooklyn.
I thought you said
I
Knicks.
got you.
My bad.
I got you.
I thought you said Knicks.
I mean, I wouldn't mind that.
I said the Nets, Nets.
I got you.
Yo, spell it out.
That's why I flipped out like that. I'm like, damn, the Knicks. You
right, that's why. I'm
like,
with you, Frankie. Like you trying to put that man in perjury.
Yeah, they should have sent Damian Lillard. Should have went to the Nets.
Purgatory.
They try to make him a Derrick Rose 2.0.
Now you know where he should have.
Speaking of D Rose, y'all see Milwaukee trying to snatch him up,
bro. They gonna snatch up another L from Boston, so we're not even wasting our time talking about those Milwaukee bums. They're not Bucks no more. They're bums.
You called the Milwaukee Bucks bums.
They're the Milwaukee bums. Okay.
Wow. That's about down to pride. Like
I don't give a.
He don't even call individual players their bums. He said straight Milwaukee bums. That's a
right.
franchise.
You just said the whole culture of bums.
Matter of fact, you want me? Matter of fact, no. Let's play this game. Let's play this game because I want to make sure that no one misunderstands what I'm saying. Ready? Grayson Allen, bum. Get him. Giannis, bum. His brother, Tagovailoa, bum. Marjan, bum. Who's next? Pat Connaughton, bum. George Hill, wheelchair, bum. He needs to be on the Lakers. Who else? Bobby Portis? We need to put this man on a port and ship him back to where he came from, brother. Bum, bro.
Aaron Rodgers, co-owner, bum. Get him out of here.
Who's his co-owner? Oh, Bobby Portis?
No, Aaron Rodgers is part of ownership with the Bucks.
Really?
Bobby Portis reminds me of the animal of Alex the Lion from Madagascar.
I don't know if it's owner. Dustin, is it ownership? Aaron Rodgers have ownership like part.
Well, he's got 4%. He's got 4% ownership.
Yeah,
it's
I thought it was minority.
He got 4% now. He doubled it.
Decent, though.
He doubled it.
Yep.
Oh, he won the ring. Better double that shit.
Who's our coach?
Mike
McBummington. That's who he is, bro.
I like his name. I can't help Budenholzer.
Budenholzer.
Budenholzer. It sounds like something you should say in the Britain language. I like Mr. Bittenhausen.
Yep. I got son in my holster that could put him down, bro. We ain't talking about this bum no more, bro. What is it? Thanasis, bro? What, bro? Come on.
Did you call that man Tua Tagovailoa, though? Man?
No, he a bum. I don't care. I got plenty of issues, bro. Freaking Giannis supercalifragilisticexpialidocious bum. Get him out of here, bro.
So who you think is going to be I'm assuming you going with the Celtics as the front runner coming out of the East.
As of now, yeah. But I do need to see what happens with, obviously, Brooklyn. Because if they could finesse something and get Kyrie for, like, another top guard. Like, think about it. Kyrie for De'Aaron Fox. If you're KD, do you leave? Do you still leave?
Yes.
No.
You still leave even for De'Aaron Fox, though? I don't leave for it. Nah, if it's De'Aaron Fox, I don't leave.
I think KD want box office.
KD's in the
I don't think he wants box office. I don't think he wants box office. I think he wants what I think KD
wants to win a ring right now.
KD is in
chasing.
2 years ago, it would have been box office. After he by himself had to take on the Milwaukee Bucks by himself in
nearly beat him.
And nearly beat him solo dolo, he's like, yeah, look, I don't care about box office.
I get you, but then again, he turns around and gets swept. See, that would have worked 2 years ago, but then
swept because of why did he get swept?
And then it went like.
But it was him though.
Why did he get swept? You had a Boston Celtics team who was playing the best basketball in the Eastern Conference.
That was playing two dudes that play iso ball.
That's
why they got swept.
I know you had the Boston Celtics who were playing the best basketball in the Eastern Conference. You had Ben Simmons, who didn't even play a single game after the trade was made.
Who?
Ben Simmons, who didn't play a single game after the trade was made. You had
Stop
Joe.
pretending like Ben Simmons is a bum. Stop pretending like
you had Joe Harris and Patty Mills, the two best shooters on that team, not even playing in that series.
You got it, Robert. And look, Dustin, I think you and I should say sentiment. I think like De'Aaron Fox. You put De'Aaron Fox in there with KD, Patty Mills. Still got Ben Simmons,
Joe Harris.
I mean, if I'm KD, I don't walk away from that.
No, the thing with KD is he's in the driver's seat right now because he always said his ultimate goal was to finish his career in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be the Knicks or now Brooklyn, it's both New York City, so you're still there. But he's in New York. I think ultimately they're going to do what it takes to keep KD there. So if KD says he wants to move on from Kyrie, they're going to ship Kyrie for somebody, and they are going to ask Kevin Durant what he wants in return. Whether that be Damian Lillard, whether it be De'Aaron Fox or another guard, they're going to ask KD for his input as to what kind of a point guard he wants to play with just to keep him there.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to do what they can do to build that team around him to keep him there because, honestly, Frankie, I know you hate him. Rob, I know you hate him. But you put KD and Kyrie together and bring him to any organization and be like, who are you going to rather pick, KD or Kyrie? Who's picking Kyrie? Not many people.
Everybody going to pick KD.
Exactly.
That'll be highly
exactly my point. So if you have to choose between Kyrie and KD, who's going to take Kyrie?
Me.
Nobody.
Frankie.
He's just a hater.
Frankie, I know you hate KD, but you gotta.
No, I'm a KD walk. Bye, bum. And I say that with all disrespect in my heart, with a serious face.
That's a zoinks right there, brother.
Oh Lord, what have I walked into?
Rob, even though you hate KD, if you had to choose between Kyrie or KD,
I'm picking KD.
I'm picking
exactly.
KD. And yeah, I'm picking KD every day of the week easily. But and here's my thing, and here's I know Frank, you hate him.
Give me an unvaccinated Kyrie all day.
I'm just that's fine.
It's not even really about skill. It's can you at least play?
No. That's not what it is for me.
It's skill.
I know it's skill.
It's skill.
I'm trying to break it down to.
I'm gonna ask y'all one thing.
Like, okay, I get that.
And Jonathan, I want to ask you this. Let me ask you this, Jonathan. What does Kyrie Irving do better than Kevin Durant? There's only one thing he can't. There's only one thing he can do better than Kevin Durant.
Oh, I know. He can juju an arena better than KD.
So there's two things he can do better. The only thing he can do better than KD is dribble.
Mm-hmm.
He's got phenomenal handles, and I'm not.
Kyrie got that thing on the string.
Yeah, what he do?
Kevin Durant is
outside of that.
Kevin Durant is one of three players who are physically unguardable in the NBA.
I won't go that far.
I mean, I ain't going that far.
I'm just saying, like
Jason
Kevin Durant can.
Jason Tatum kind of just.
No, but I'm just saying, when it comes to like shooting the basketball, you really have no way of guarding Kevin Durant because he can shoot a three, he can shoot a mid range, he can get inside the paint.
Yeah.
Can I introduce you to game 3 of the? No, it was game 2 where he went scoreless in the second half. He went 0 for like 10.
Yeah, I'll give the Celtics that, but I'm just saying for like a duration of. There's Stephen Curry is one of those guys that you really can't guard because he's got unlimited range.
You just gotta hope that man cold. That's it.
That's what I'm saying. You really can't guard Curry because he's got unlimited range.
And
then
bro don't get tired.
The same thing with Giannis. Same thing with Giannis. Like Giannis, when Giannis drives, he's unguardable. When he drives to the lane, he's unguardable. But if you can make him a jump shot shooter,
Kawhi Leonard might want to have a conversation with you about that. But go on.
But if you can
Kawhi Leonard got to
jump
come
shot
back,
shooter,
there's rumors that he ain't even coming back.
Which is weird. There's rumors that he's not coming back, but I see videos of someone shooting. They say it's Kawhi, but his hair ain't braided. So I don't know.
I get you, but they said that from what I was watching on Undisputed, that bro still not even hooping yet. They say he's not even ready for basketball. He's like, it's been a year, bro.
That's
like more
weird,
than
man.
that. Like
I keep hearing conflicting reports on. I'm just gonna wait because, like I said, they said they had a video of saying this is Kawhi Leonard shooting, like doing some stuff, and he was dribbling and whatnot. You know, he shot, but the hair wasn't braided, and that's how I know Kawhi. I know, like if that was hair braided, I was like, that's Kawhi. I don't even care.
Keep his hair braided.
I don't know, man. That hair was not braided. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, man. But the Clippers, even though this is me, I think the best trade for both teams that would have been realistic. That probably now won't happen because I don't think the Clippers want that problem anymore. It would have been for Paul George and Kyrie straight up.
But Paul George don't want to leave Clippers.
Who said that? Kyrie didn't want to leave Boston, and we shipped his bad hip having ass out there quick, fast,
that's
and hurry.
different though. Kyrie was cancer to Boston. I think people in Los Angeles like Paul George.
He's a cancer in Brooklyn too.
Kyrie's just a cancer. Period. He's like a annoying hemorrhoid that you can't.
Rob, I
don't know about cancer.
Rob, they like Paul George in Los Angeles here because Leonard didn't play.
That's it.
Yeah, but I'm saying though, but Paul George, I mean, he actually.
Where was Paul George when Leonard played?
Paul George plays
the year before that. The year before that, they were trying to trade Paul George for Damian Lillard.
When Paul George and Leonard were on the court together, Paul George was almost non-existent.
Yeah.
The only reason why they like him now is because he actually played like an all-star again because Leonard was out. If Leonard and George are on the court at the same time, George is not consistently existent. He's there, but he's not there consistently.
It's an unworkable tandem when those two guys are together.
I think he defers too much. It's like he knows what Kawhi can do, so he just try to stay out of Kawhi's way.
Which is why the Clippers would move on from him as opposed to Leonard if Leonard can play.
If Leonard can play, that's the big question.
Paul George, he starts standing around and watching.
I mean, and to Rob's point, Kawhi Leonard, if he comes back and doesn't look the same, he looks like he'll be the expendable one. He look like he would be the one that he would get traded. So I granted, I don't think he will. I think Kawhi will be okay. But if he shows a little bit of a hiccup, that might get him out of there. Again, that's it. Because you got to remember, they need the Clippers desperately need a 1-2 punch. They have no first round or actually, I don't even think they have any draft picks for like the next 2-3 years. So they need a hope and pray. Real quick, Deshaun stuff against Deshaun Watson. The Houston Texans have been added as a defendant in one of the 4 remaining cases against Deshaun Watson. Let's see. I'm trying to find like the exact quote. Okay, here it is. Here's the exact quote. What a Today we filed.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was looking it up for you. They don't have a first round draft pick till 2027.
2027. God damn. Yeah, so they definitely gonna need that. They definitely gonna need them boys. They got some seconds, right?
They got seconds in the 2023, 2024, 2025 and 2026.
So
That's it.
they're not too screwed, but still, not a good time to be a Clippers fan. Tony Busby issued a statement. And this is the first one that's officially been charged against the Houston Texans. Today, we filed the first case of what will likely be many against the Houston Texans related to Deshaun Watson's behavior. Suffice it to say, the overwhelming evidence collected indicting that the Houston Texans enabled Watson's behavior is incredibly damning. We believe the Texans knew or most certainly should have known of Watson's conduct. Beyond that, we believe the filing speaks for itself. Last time this dude said that something was damning, it didn't pass the grand jury. So bless his heart. Bless his heart. So question I pose, how long till the Rockets just settle this? Or not the Rockets, the Texans. Mistaking one poverty franchise to another. But how long do y'all think until
First of all, I think
the
Rockets might be on the rise, but
still poverty franchise. Still poverty franchise.
No. But honestly, though, with the Texans, man, I mean, you already know how I felt about it because, like I said, I think it was too much of a coincidence that the moment this man decides to leave your franchise, all of a sudden, all of these, indictments and accusations started coming out. So my thing with the Texans is and you said they're going to be they're going to get called to the.
So they're basically co-defendants on one of the accusations against Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
In one of the lawsuits.
I don't know, man. Something might come out that they've been knowing about this stuff.
Well, a lot of people believe that. A lot of people genuinely believe that they knew.
I think Goodell knew.
Believe it or not, a lot of people believe that they themselves helped set it up. Like that was the rumor.
I believe it too. I believe like all the cover.
They had to
prior
have known.
to this, prior to this coming out, a lot of people believe they probably were setting something up, and that they've been kind of plotting and waiting that as soon as their names get brought up, that they were gonna throw some cash and be like, "All right, shut up, keep our name out of it."
Here's my thought on it. They had to have known about it, or like you said, they had to have set it up because otherwise, why would they be so willing to move on from Watson as easy as they did?
Yeah.
Right.
Knowing that they really don't have another answer at quarterback behind him. Like, why would you be willing to move on from a player that easily unless your hopes was, we know what you're doing here, we know what's going on. The moment you get traded, you're somebody else's problem and no longer ours.
Right.
And we have no more of a need to cover it up. But then how does that make your franchise look that you covered this up?
I mean, Bob McNair is the owner. Not many people like him to begin with, so it's really not going to make the NFL think any different of him because he's not one of the more liked owners in the NFL.
It's bad, man. It's too much politics in sports.
Facts.
Yeah.
Big old facts.
Yeah.
This situation is
by the
not
way,
getting any better.
I am
It's getting
saying-
uglier. It's getting uglier.
It
I
is
am
getting
saying
ugly.
yeah again, Frankie. By the way, I am saying that
And it's
again,
not a
but
good
not
look.
because of Max Caprice, because of Orange Cassidy. In his intro, there's actually a part that they actually say yeah. So,
Speaking of that, how was I didn't get a chance to check Forbidden Door out.
Forbidden Door was like, yo.
Honestly,
Bro.
Was it good?
I enjoyed it.
Was it good?
I'm gonna still go check it out, but I wanted to.
Bro.
I haven't talked to my boy Gonzo yet. I think I saw Cesaro is now
Brother
all elite. I saw that on
brother.
Instagram.
Yo,
I was like, snap.
Yo,
no, who? You mean Claudio Castagnoli?
Facts.
I can't call him Cesaro because if Frank goes, who?
Facts.
Even though it's so much
Claudio.
easier to say.
Claudio.
Bro, honestly,
Castagnoli.
I liked it. The FTR. Bro, that was a banger.
Bro,
honestly,
the fatal four-way, the fatal four-way for the new belt. That was
and Pac. Pac hit him with the 450, and then it was crazy because I thought Mir was gonna win. Pac hit him with the 450, and then he puts I still call it the Rings of Saturn. Fuck off if you disagree.
It is though.
He put that thing on to Clark Connors. He made him tap, and then Pac is like screaming like ah, like looking to the heart, like screaming like that. And I was just like, put the belt on this guy. Like,
Who
like
won the belt?
bro, it was lit. Who happened?
Did Pac win?
Yeah.
He won the title? Yeah.
Yeah, he won and then the NW,
Did Moxley win?
Yeah, him versus Hiroshi Tanahashi.
I knew Moxley was gonna win. I told people that I understand
I knew
it's the forbidden door, but it's gonna be an AEW dude that wins.
Had Punk would have come back next or in the next pay-per-view, I think they would have considered putting it on Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Yeah.
Because I think they still have that. But I think the fact that Punk is gonna be out for a long time,
yeah,
I think that's why they put it on Moxley.
You know what's messed up too? I saw when Punk injured himself. Like I knew it. I could tell. Like when he wouldn't get off the mat, I'm like, he hurt. Something went wrong.
Rob, the only reason why this pay-per-view was like so amazing is because it was AEW versus New Japan Pro. Like,
I mean, but that's what makes it exciting.
Except for what
Japan, it was supposed to be AEW versus Japan, but like you
and then
see
with all the injuries, they had no choice. Like it was supposed to be, and then they had Jericho and Sammy Go Kill Yourself versus and Minoru Suzuki, which
that old.
Okay, hold on. I don't care how old he is. My guy comes out and he looks like he does. I don't care. And he just does random shit on his head. God bless his heart. But they had him, 2 AEW guys and a New Japan guy, against some young line that Jericho slapped way back yesteryear. And they were like, this is where this rivalry with him and Jericho started. I'm like, okay. Y'all reaching bad, bro. Y'all reaching worse than Dame for KD right now. But then it was him. Fuck, who was in that match? Oh, wasn't it Trent Beretta and no. Frankie, help me out here.
I got you.
It was Jericho. It was Jericho, Guevara, and Minoru Suzuki versus it was like some young kid.
Was it the Best Friends?
No. I think it was Roppongi Vice. Was it Trent and Rocky? No.
It was Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, and Suzuki versus Eddie Kingston, Wheeler Yuta.
Yeah, that's what. Okay, I remember because in the beginning, Wheeler Yuta was doing a stupid amount of suplexes, bro. And I remember because Taz was like, "Look at those hips pop," and I was like, "Pause, like settle down, Taz. Stop tickling yourself, bro. Like, bro, I swear to God, Taz gets too excited when
Taz was the king of the suplex.
Was he really? I didn't know he wrestled. Did he ever? He actually wrestled?
Yes, he was big in the ECW during the ECW days. He was kind of like the face of the ECW.
I forgot you young as hell.
Back in like the late 80s.
Oh, Pride, you young as hell. I forgot. Yeah, Taz was the one.
ECW
hey, let me tell
legend.
you this.
Taz was. Don't you remember when the WWF and the ECW and WCW had that invasion?
Not even. It's before that.
But I'm saying like when the ECW and the WCW tried to overtake the WWF in the early 2000s.
You talking about the alliance? Yeah, I'm saying Taz.
Wait, what? I'm confused. Hold on.
Back in 2002.
You talking about the alliance?
No, not the alliance.
WCW, ECW.
No, it was called the Invasion.
Oh, you talking about the one night? I know what you're talking about.
No, it wasn't a one night thing.
He's talking about Invasion, Rob. The pay-per-view Invasion.
The pay-per-view Invasion where WCW and ECW basically said, we want to have a pay-per-view against WWF. The winning organization basically is going to rule the wrestling world. Taz was the big motivator to get that to happen. Because he wrestled in both the WWF and the ECW, and he did not like the way Vince McMahon was running things with WWF at that time. So he went back with the ECW and WCW and said, this is what we can do to overtake WWF. Let's form an alliance to try to take down their best, and then we can basically rule the wrestling world.
That's what Stephanie was the owner of ECW, and Shane was the owner of WCW.
I remember that with Bradshaw.
Hold on, I think you guys are confused. Taz is not a wrestler. He's a commentator.
He was a wrestler for like 18 years.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he
was. He was the ECW champ. He's like a two-time.
Jonathan, Jonathan, we just making stuff up today. Jonathan.
No,
He's like a
Taz-
2 or 3
Taz was
time
the one that
ECW
ended,
champ, and he brought in the
he ended
FTW
Kurt
belt and
Angle's winning
ECW.
streak, bro. When
I
Kurt
haven't
Angle-
watched wrestling in
when
so
Kurt
long.
Angle had that winning streak going
All right.
on, bro.
All right,
Actually,
Pride.
technically, I take that
Taz
back.
got
I'm out.
introduced, and he put the Taz mission. That was his
Taz
finishing
Taz
move.
mission. All right, now we're faking.
The
Now we're
Taz
definitely
mission.
faking.
He put the
Now we're
Taz
faking.
mission on Kurt Angle.
No,
and
the
beat him.
Taz mission, the Taz suplex.
Yeah, boy, he was the king of the suplex.
No, I watched WrestleMania. That was the last wrestling event that I watched.
Taz was a wrestler, boy.
Here you go, Pride.
He was never a wrestler.
Yes, he was.
No, he
Matter of
wasn't.
fact, your head almost looked like Taz.
I have it pulled up for you right now.
Oh, you can't see it.
I have
I'm
it
going to
pulled,
send it to you. I'm going to send it to you, Brian.
Pride, I have it pulled up for you right now. He started in NWA back in 1993.
Hey,
90
niggas with attitude. Let's get it.
95 from 95
You already messed up. You signed the paperwork.
From 95 through
Not yet.
98, he went back to the independent circuit before becoming the face of the ECW in 1998. Well, with the ECW, he became a 9-time ECW
What is
champion.
ECW? What is this fake acronym you're spitting
Extreme
out?
Extreme Championship
All right, now
Wrestling
Brian's
was
just
on
playing
Full
with
Gear.
you.
Pride is
Hold on, now
trolling,
I know
man.
Pride is just fucking with you.
He just
Now I
trolling.
know he's playing games.
So what is ECW? Now you trolling.
Once he threw out that "What's this ECW?" I'm like,
I saw
Pride
his
is just
face.
playing.
When I saw his face,
Yo, I'm not that. I know ECW, Tommy Dreamer, the Dudley Boys. When it was everyone in the family
you
and
scared
Tommy
me
Dreamer,
for a second, Brian.
Raven, and
You-
I remember.
I'm
It.
like,
And
you
then
letting
it
your
died,
age
and then
show.
it was December to December. Horrible pay per view, and then they rebranded it, and then it was.
No,
it
you're
kinda felt
talking about
like
you're talking about the WWE ECW shit. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm talking about. The second one, like the when
Yeah,
Vince
no, that's
brought
the
it back.
ugly one. No, we want to take you back in a time where ECW.
was
I
the
know.
Sandman when he used to-
I know. It's with Paul Heyman. I know. I'm not dumb.
No, it's not Paul Heyman. It's
Who's Paul
Paulie.
It was Paul Heyman.
It's
I call
Paulie.
him Paul Heyman.
It's Paulie.
No, Paulie has hair.
It was
Paul Heyman doesn't.
He
was-
still
I'm
got
talking about now.
It was before
Paulie
he
turned into
became
Paul
the
Heyman.
Walrus that they call him.
Okay, fuck out of here.
Bro, he had the same hair, just a ponytail. It's like
He suffers
He
from
was
the Hulk
always-
Hogan.
oh,
Yo,
I
and
had
it's
that one
funny.
patch in the back.
It's funny because like as this was getting bolder, like he had like the back of the ponytail, and he would still tie it up.
he
I was like, yo,
suffered-
give up.
Hey, he
He
suffers
still
from
did
the
it
Hulk
up to like
Hogan.
2017.
Yeah, I told eventually he couldn't do it anymore because it was too short, so he just
That's
gave
the
up.
Hulk Hogan.
100%. I'm not that dumb.
It wasn't even about being dumb. I'm like, are you that young?
Yo, that's
He
respect
talking
to
about something you look
Damien.
like
He
New
called
Jack.
Pride New Jack.
Yeah.
Does anybody know who New Jack is?
I do.
yeah.
I know who New Jack
Yo,
is.
I know who New Jack is.
New
Probably
Jack
the only-
New Jack was almost a serial killer in wrestling.
Bro, he
Almost.
almost killed that
You
one
didn't hear
guy.
about,
Yeah.
the trans mass incident?
Hey, I know who New Jack
My
is.
boy
New
almost
Jack
damn
was
near
Wild
killed
Hunters, boy.
You ain't care. All right. So
I'm gonna go
final
check
topic
out that Forbidden Door though.
But if I were you, I would check it out because
I'm gonna check it out.
even though there's a lot of injuries, the pay-per-view itself was pretty solid. I like the tag team match with FTR, Jeff Khan, and Great O'Khan, and the other
FTR,
Ravens.
United Empire, and that Vice shit.
Yeah, Roppongi Vice. That's who they were. Roppongi Vice, which I felt bad they were in it because they never had a chance. Obviously it was FTR, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know what I told you. Every time FTR comes out, I see Cash go like, "Yeah, let's go, baby," and he goes like that, and I just look at him and like, "Let's go, let's go." I'm ready to run out of the wall. I see Dax like dap up some kid, and I'm like,
That's
I'm
how I
ready to
feel
kill
about
somebody.
Adam Cole, bro.
Baby.
Baby.
Adam Cole, that dude, bro. It's just a walk. He holds
Yeah,
it.
Yep.
That's my guy. I walk into rooms like that now.
Yep, 100%. No lie. I used to walk into rooms like Scott Hall, like the.
I did too.
I used to do that, and as soon as Adam Cole came in my life, I did a combination. I go like this, and if anyone questions me, I then go like this. I do what you just did, though. I even have nothing in my mouth, and I still throw air at you. How bad? No, I throw a fireball at you because I'm a wizard.
Hey, no.
Yeah.
Hey, Jericho wild as hell.
But he's the only one who can make that work. I don't care what.
Hey, Jericho's the only person that
I'm
can
gonna tell
make
you right
that
now,
work,
bro. Bray Wyatt wouldn't even make me believe that, bro. And that was his gimmick, bro. His shtick was like, I'm a weirdo, bro.
Yeah,
I wouldn't believe it.
Jericho is funny enough to make that work.
Because listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. Go get Randy Orton to say he'll throw a fireball at me. I'll laugh in his face. Have Hiroshi Tanahashi be like, fireball, face, and I'll be like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Like, no. Have John Moxley, and I'll lose respect for him. Kenny Omega, I'll re-injure him. But Jericho?
He said I'll re-injure him.
Like, Jericho? Yeah. Let's get it. Fireballs. The Wizards exist, 100%. Jonathan's bored, so let me bring him back in here, bro. Jonathan, how you feeling, my guy?
I'm feeling good.
Final topic. I want to get you in here, bro, because you look like you're sick of us.
Not at all.
NBA free agency is around the corner. Today, I want to focus on the guards. Okay? And we're basically going to do this. I believe it starts on Thursday. I think on the 30th is when it starts. Hold on. It's Frankie. Frankie, don't tell me what to do. I don't care. Don't tell me what to do. I run this shit. Okay? Just for that, Frankie, we're not doing it. That's it. Just for that. That's it. I don't care. No. Mm-mm. No. Matter of fact, you not my dad. Say something ugly ass noodle head. It's real life.
Bet. You don't want to do it?
Oh yeah, go.
Shanig, man. Fuck with ASAP Sports Network, man. Tune in, stay logged in, and stay mild there. You dig? Yuck mouth. Yada da. Boy!
And thank you for that short commercial break. Now you can talk about it. You need to talk
I don't know what. Hey, this show just went off the rails on a Monday. Lord Jesus.
Imagine.
Hey, Pride, before we get to NBA free agency, can we talk about that thing I put in the comment thing on the side?
Which one?
The Miami quarterback and the NIL thing?
Oh, go ahead.
And what it means possibly for the NFL in the future?
Go ahead, brother.
So we know that now athletes can make money off of like their likeness and things like that, which is why they're signing all these NIL deals.
Yes.
Miami University just signed 4-star quarterback Jaden Richard to an NIL deal worth $9.5 million, which makes him higher paid than the number 1 draft pick in the NFL. And he has yet to step foot on a college field.
Wow.
Question: with the NIL, does that is that separate? I would assume it is from your scholarships, right? Like,
yes.
Let's say they offered you a full ride scholarship. This $9 million is separate from that, right?
Yep. And the person that is funding his $9.5 million NIL deal is the Miami athletic director.
Okay.
He has yet to step foot on a college field, and yet he is making more money this year than the number 1 pick in the NFL draft, who's making $5.3 million this year. It's almost double than what the first pick of the NFL draft is making.
That's hilarious.
What does that mean for the NFL?
I don't think it
That
really
means
means. I
that
don't think it
players
means
are going to
anything.
stay in school longer.
Yeah, that's all it really is.
I don't think so. I think it's going to force the NFL to try to get some of these kids out of high school, put them in the XFL, not even let them touch college.
That's not going to work.
I think it would.
No, it wouldn't. Because then they gotta be able to pay them more.
Which I think if the NFL realizes that these college athletes are making what they're making right now, just on NIL deals, they're not going to be able to afford to sign them in the NFL draft, because the NFL draft has a hard cap as to what a rookie can make in his first year. You got to remember when Sam Bradford was drafted number 1 overall, he was the last number 1 overall pick that did not have a limit on what he could make. The year after that, NFL set a limit saying the number 1 pick cannot make more than $5.6 million a year.
But you know what they can do, though? And this is what I would consider. If you want to do something like that, they should So, however much you can make as a rookie, right? If you make more than that in the NIL, what they should do is put you in a separate pool where you basically kind of go into like the free agent market. You know what I mean? Where you know you can how there's like a whole bunch of undrafted free agents that kind of just like drift off until a team picks them up. You could probably do something like that with the NIL.
The problem with that is though, you're gonna have every single top pick hit that free agent portal,
Then it is what it is.
and then the NFL draft is gonna be watered down because you're gonna have
It's already watered down because there's like 50.
it will because you're gonna have 4th or 5th round picks possibly going number 1 because they're not gonna be the ones getting all this NIL money.
That's true. The NFL.
If you remember 5 years ago, when Trevor Lawrence went to Clemson, a lot of people told him not even go to Clemson. A lot of people told him to go to the CFL, or a lot of people told him to go play NFL Europe because they felt that he was ready to go to the NFL before he even got to college.
Mm-hmm.
If the NFL realizes that these college athletes are going to be getting $9.5–10 million a year just on NIL deals to go to college, they're going to work something out with the XFL or somebody in the spring league to be like, hey, let's just use money, get them here so they don't go to college, and then we already have them in our feeder program, and anybody can take them whenever they want to. Keeps them out of the NFL draft, and if you have to go to, let's just say, the USFL, if you have to go to the USFL for 2 years, basically anybody in that USFL league then is free for anybody to take.
But that's the problem, though. Like, because now you're paying these guys what, $10–11 million to develop. Like, if that's the case,
Would you rather have them in college and risk not getting them, or putting them in an NFL feeder, or putting them in an NFL feeder program with other NFL talent and seeing how they develop with the NFL talent?
I'd rather let them go to college. I'd rather do, because here's the thing: year 2 after those cute little $9 million, guess what they're gonna start wanting? They're gonna start wanting more. And in college, you're not gonna be able to get more, and you're only in college for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's like a 4-year eligibility. Before after that, you can't get drafted. I don't even know. You could technically become a free agent, but then
this guy that Miami just paid, they're paying him $9.5 million a year. Not just $9.5 million up front. So if he stayed in college for 4 years, he's getting $38 million.
Right.
Which would be more than what he would get as a number 1 pick in the draft.
But that's the problem. You're now looking at that short-sighted. Because after those 4 years, how much can Miami pay him?
They can't pay him anything except being in the draft then.
Exactly. So it's like after all that, I would rather, because here's the thing: if you're gonna get hurt on someone else's dime, not mine. If you want to go back in college and you want to risk that, and you want to get hurt, that's a risk you take it. And if you get hurt, sucks. But guess what? I don't gotta pay it. I can shrug my shoulders and move on to the next talent. It's harsh to say, it is, but from the NFL's perspective, the NFL don't care. You get hurt, oh well, should have gotten hurt. See you soon, I hope.
He'll be making $183,000 a week.
That's and listen, that's fine. But that's the thing. Are you willing to wait there all 4 years?
He's got to be there 2 at least.
He'll probably do 2 years. He probably will, right? Just
he's not even starting this year. So he'll probably be there 3 years.
I don't know. Maybe.
Because the starting quarterback is that Enrique King.
I know, but what I'm saying is depends. Like if Enrique King leaves and he ends up taking over, he has one great year. He's probably gonna go straight to the draft.
No, because if Miami was smart, they would redshirt him. Then they have to keep him there for 2 years.
We'll see. We'll see what they do. Look, me personally, man, I don't think this NIL deal is gonna affect too much. I don't think so. Because if I'm not mistaken, the money from the NIL is not guaranteed, is it?
When you get drafted?
No. Like, let's say they get hurt during college or something like that.
No, NIL money is now guaranteed. It's just like an NFL contract.
Right. So, I also do think there's probably like this thing going on where they're like, oh yeah, we're getting paid, but it's not guaranteed. Good luck though. Real talk. Good. Like, I hope whatever moves they make, whatever choices they do, I hope it works out for them. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna destroy the league how some people think. Because again, one kid gets hurt, it's gonna change everyone's perspective on it. They're gonna be like, "Well, I gotta go get that money too." Especially at the professional level, because then I'm in there for a couple years, and then all of a sudden I can really, really cash in. Or there's gonna be that person who goes for 4 years, right? Has a sensation, has a solid year one, and again, all this is assuming they play 4 years, have a sensational, had a solid year one, sensational year two. Now, what if they suck the next 2 years? Now what? Oh God, I sneezed.
Right.
It's a risk, it's a risk, but that's a risk they gotta take. Like I said, I don't think it's gonna mess with the NFL that much, because again, not everyone is making $9 million.
No.
So I don't think enough kids. I don't think enough of the guys will get paid enough where they feel like, oh yeah, I gotta stay in college. You know what I mean? And on top of that, they probably talk with their inner circle. They're probably like, look, what we're probably gonna do is get this money while you're here, go to the NFL, ball out, and then try to get a bigger deal. Christian Kirk got paid.
Mm-hmm.
Do with that information as you will. Christian Kirk.
I mean, it is the Jacksonville franchise, so
That's what I'm saying. There's gonna be a franchise willing to pay you top money. I go right now to the combine shirtless, bro. I look pregnant. All right, I look pregnant. Okay, I'll have 2 offers. I got 2 offers.
Offer 1, stay home and never come back. Offer 2, you'll take what you get.
Yep. It'll be for the Houston Texans too.
It'll be for the Houston Texans.
Let's just pile on the bad decisions. Let's pile on.
Oh God!
It'll be for the Houston Texans to be the new massage therapist.
Yes. You get something out the deal.
I don't know about that one, Skip.
We'll give you $1 million a year to keep your mouth shut.
Hey, I'll tell you this, Skip. I don't want no massage therapist from the Houston Texans, Skip.
Hey, we'll give you $1 million. We'll give you pride. You can be the new massage therapist for the Houston Texans. They'll give you $1 million a year for life to keep your mouth shut.
I'm good. You know what?
They'll pull a Bobby Bonilla with you. They'll give you $1 million a year to keep your mouth shut.
For life, though.
For life.
All right.
I don't know about that though, because if I know I did something, I feel like I don't know. I feel like I'll be like OD paranoid, and I feel like it'll eventually catch up to me. I'll be mad paranoid.
You can't think like that, bro. You just got to go with it.
Or don't go with it. That way I will have to think that way.
Best bet. That's your best bet. To go with it.
I mean, look, no one thought anything about Houston. Now look at them.
They're relevant, at least for the wrong reason.
And who's the one that's going to suffer the most this year, which sucks, unfortunately? Lovie Smith.
Because you know what's going to happen? What's going to happen to him is the same thing that happened with Dusty Baker when he joined the Astros. They're going to blame him. They're going to look at him, and they're going to demand answers from him
that he can't give.
In the words of Pride, what a time to be.
The guy that should have had another shot to be an NFL coach years ago has now got a chance to be an NFL coach with a franchise that's just going to ruin him.
Yeah. When none of this is his fault and he had absolutely nothing to do with it. He's just unfortunately guilty by association.
Yep.
He's a casualty of war.
Yep. Sacrifices must be made. Before we move on, these are some of the free agents. We will do point guards today.
Point guards?
Where's the con man to tell me that Trae Young is not a point guard? He's a shooting guard.
He said Magic wasn't a point guard either.
He said Curry wasn't a point guard either.
I love Con Man, but
Kyrie's been granted his permission for a request
Continue to build the story.
for a sign and trade.
Who?
Kyrie, he got his permission from the Nets to look for a sign and trade.
Yeah,
suitor.
go ahead.
No,
Get up out of here.
No, duh.
Kevin Durant still has not spoken to the Nets.
No,
Kevin
duh.
Durant, and I heard a story about Kevin Durant saying that he felt like the Nets organization didn't get time to get
To understand Kyrie.
What? This is why I don't like Kevin Durant.
I did a video on him
It's like
yesterday.
that.
I did a video on him yesterday
Just-
on my YouTube channel.
I hope you called him a cupcake.
I didn't go that far, but I did call him out.
He did say he did say the NBA is a grown man's game. Is basically what he said.
Yeah.
But how soft do you didn't have time, you didn't take the time to learn Kyrie, to understand Kyrie, to understand the fact that he thinks that the world is flat, even though it's scientific evidence that the world is not indeed flat. He believes that he can just take off work anytime he wants to because he is so in touch with the social injustices that's going on with the world. Shut up.
There's no accountability on this team at all.
Just horrible, man. What you mean you ain't take the time to get to know this man? Like they about to go on a date. Hey, bro, can you hoop? You want to make this money? That's all I need to know.
And then he wonders why he opens himself for criticism and why he's always publicly ridiculed. It's things like this.
Lord Jesus.
KD is just,
man, KD is a character in himself.
Yeah, he's an interesting man for
Like,
sure.
I think he's an
dude.
idiot. I think he's an idiot.
Like, dude, like Kyrie literally told the team this year, screw y'all. I'm gonna do what I want to do. And nobody can stop. And KD like, okay, Kyrie.
He's
Come
too
on, bro.
soft. He's too soft. He's too sensitive. I get it. We live in a sensitive world, but you're an NBA player and your occupation is to play basketball, and that comes with the territory. And if you can't handle it, then I feel bad for you because
I don't feel bad because
Look, I was
This
against
is-
the
this is-
vaccine. I was against the vaccine. I was one of the people that was like, I'm not taking that stuff. But with the type of job that I have, the fact that I go to different states and I'm in different venues, and most of these venues said you got to be vaccinated to come in here. You think I was gonna let that mess up my money, bro? I was like, hey, Doc, I'll be in the office next week so I can come get the shot.
Kyrie's willing to sacrifice his paycheck, then what else is he willing to sacrifice?
No. He's not willing to sacrifice his paycheck because first of all, what is he asking for
Kyrie.
now? That's what I'm saying. Kyrie's not willing to sacrifice his paycheck because look at him now.
No, he's not willing to sacrifice his
He's
pay.
begging and groveling for a max contract.
He want the max deal because he lost money.
Exactly.
But what have you done to earn the max contract?
To him, he felt like his name is already proving himself. He felt like when you see Kyrie Irving on your piece of paper that you're supposed to say money.
And you want to know whose fault that truly is?
That's
Brooklyn's fault.
Nope.
Entitlement. That's what it is.
Nope. It's before that. Do you know whose fault this truly is?
Cleveland?
Nope.
Who?
The anti-LeBron James haters. The people who want to sit there and say that Kyrie Irving
was
hitting
the
that
reason
shot.
he got a ring.
When y'all put him on that pedestal and he heard that.
He really think he's LeBron's.
He really think he's. I'm like, bro, you're not even on KD's level, homie.
Bro, you ain't even on Steph level, bro.
Like, you're not even on Giannis's level, bro. Luka, Jokic.
You are number 2.
Like that's
these
really
are number
what it
ones
was.
you're talking about, man.
every single time that somebody says, oh yeah, LeBron's a good player. Every time, what do? They talk about 2 shots. Talk about
Ray
2
Allen
shots that Ray Allen and who else?
Kyrie on Steph.
And they always have the connotation that they bailed him out. They saved his career.
God, I hate agreeing with you, Pride.
Like, think about it. Think about it. Like when you're Kyrie and you're already full of yourself, there's been constant reports that that he's been full of it. You hear this, and now all of a sudden, you think of yourself after you hit that shot, and then other people are telling you.
The LeBron James haters were the helium that blew up the balloon.
Yes. Yes. 100%.
I will admit that because I hate him.
100%. That's what it was. And then guess what? The excuse me. The Cavaliers were the ones who let go of that balloon.
All his career. He only played 8 games at Duke.
Yes.
And he was a high draft pick by Cleveland.
Right.
The reason for that
I was talking about the thing with him winning that championship with that shot.
I know
that's what pushed it over. Edge. Like like you said, the setup was there. He's been treated like this forever, and winning that ring, that's what pushed it over the edge. Because in his mind, he's like, not only did I get the ring, and now everyone's validating me. Everyone, I made it. And this is not to say that he's not a good player. He's a terrific talent. But I think you also need to understand, that, you also gotta be able to have perspective. You also need to be able to look in the mirror and know who you're looking at. And Kyrie can't do, and that's the problem. Kyrie and KD both can't do that. They both can't do that. And it really is a shame. And I do want to say I feel bad, but at the same time, these guys have been like this forever. They've been like this forever. And again, when I'm referring to Kyrie, I'm not even just talking about the whole anti-vax stuff. Because again, he's been doing this stuff before that. Even back when he was in Cleveland and they were before LeBron went back and they were under 500 team and they were a lottery team every year. The only reason no one talked about it was because they're trash. They were a trash team. That's why nobody talked about it. Kyrie was able to get away with this stuff early in his career because you were on a bad team. If you're on a bad team, more likely than not, as long as you're not breaking laws, you're going to get away with it. And unfortunately for him, couldn't do it. He's all full of himself, and now look at him. Lo and behold, here we are with him. I feel bad, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Like I said, I do feel bad, but I think at some point, you gotta understand, bro. You gotta stay. You gotta know who you are. You gotta stay in your lane. And if you can't stay in your lane, bro, I don't know what to tell you. I do not know what to tell you. But we're out of time, so we'll talk about the guards tomorrow. And we'll add the point guards and the shooting guards. So we'll touch in on both of them. So, but ladies and gentlemen, this has been ASAP in the morning. On behalf of Frankie, Dustin, Jonathan, and Robert, it is your boy Pride. We'll be back here tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Central, 10 Eastern, to talk more things sports. Until then, y'all know what to do. Be safe.
Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, they working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.